This pattern we call high-low high single repeat. Its open position is where we start, and we go from right side to left side, repeating 3 motions, right hand, then left hand. Addie's going to teach it to you right now.
Okay, let's start with our footwork. Start with the open position here. We're going to take 2 steps to the left and to the right. So we're going to go 1, 2. Notice how I'm here, I'm nice and centered. It's almost as if I was going to be running a race. I'm in that position. On your mark, get set. Right there. Then we switch roles, other side. So it's 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, now let's add the sticks to them. So I step to my left, right hand moves first. High, all the way down and through, low strike, and then high strike. Thus, high, low, high, single repeat. High, low, high. One more time. Okay, other side. And one more view. Joseph. Switching out of attack range, I'm going to move high, then to the kneecap or back of the knee, low, and then high. So it's high, low, and then high. Okay, together with sticks.
I'd like to add something to that. It's what we call stick play sometimes, because we're dealing with the same angles of attack. We've got 1 and 6 and 2 and 5, making reference to our earlier numbering system. Once Addie and I get started, here, same angles of attack. I'm going to drop a stick, and I can just do the same stick here against her. She keeps moving the same. I can go from side to side, double stick here, caveman attack. I can switch the angles of my stick here, come back, or what I like is just side to side. It's what we call stick play. We do with some of our Sinawalis. That was high, low, high, single repeat. Our next Sinawali, we call it to sheath. What it's representing, Addie will be teaching it in detail, but it's as if you had a knife or another weapon under a coat or in a sheath that you're wearing, you go to hit somebody high and you hit them low. But when you're going low, you're pulling out your other weapon. So you want to desheathe the other weapon each time. That's what you're simulating. And I'm sure Addie will give you great detail in a moment. Okay, desheathe, here we go.
Okay, starting with the footwork from our high-low, high single repeat. Same footwork, same motion. And it will actually be the same strikes, only now we're tucked underneath. So our first strike, we're gonna go high. And as we go low, as you saw earlier with Joseph, you pull out your sword and then we tuck as we attack once again. Low, pull it out, and back to tucking. One more time. Okay, different view. Okay, one more time. Okay, Joseph. Attack high once again and low. And as we attack low, I'm pulling out my sword for my other attack. One more time here. High, low, tuck, high, low, and then we tuck. Joseph, put your sticks up, please. High.
If I could, I'd like to make another reference to the stick play. What we did with high-low, high single repeat, we can also do here. And so on and so forth. So you can have a lot of fun with these Sinawalis. Desheath. Our next pattern we call 14 count. 7 strikes on one side, moving to the other side, repeating the 7 strikes in succession. Addie will teach it. Here we go.
Okay. This is our 14 count. I'm going to count the strikes for you because it could get a little confusing. First strike. Actually, we're not extending our stick out. We're actually extending our punch and our stick at the same time. So we're going to punch. There's 1. Punch out, 2, come over the top, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 we'll tuck. And that completes the right side. Left side, punch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more time. Different view. And one more time. Joseph, please. Note the footwork again. I'm in my modified cat stances when I attack. So I'm punching, striking. Actually, I don't care where I'm going to strike him. It's just a nice blow to the body every time. Multiple strikes. Switch to the other side. Punch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more time. Okay, 2-partner drill. Fourteen count.
Rooftop 6, here we go. It's our next Sinawali. It introduces a little trickier footwork. Let me demonstrate real quickly. I'm going to be moving at a 45-degree angle here, not dissimilar to a female triangle footwork that you'd be using in other Filipino lines. I'm going to move in, I'm going to move back, and then I'm going to go lateral. We're going to go in, we're going to go back, and then we're going to go lateral, adding the stick work with it. Addie, please.
Let's do it. Rooftop 6. First motion, step to an angle on your left side, hit angle number 1. Now you're going to come back into what we call a rooftop. As you come back, it just goes right over the top, protecting your head. Now we're going to add another strike in between there. So I hit, and as I come back with my rooftop, I attack, and then I go through. Now move to an angle, hit, rooftop, through. Okay, let's take another view of that. One more time. Okay, with Joseph. I hit, rooftop, attack, and then through. Hit, rooftop, and through. Okay, let's show you how that works with two people. Rooftop, through. Rooftop 6.
We're going to show you Abanico 10 count. It's very similar to the Pugno Abanico we did earlier, but it stands on its own. Miss Eddie?
Okay. Abanico 10 count. Starting with our actual modified cat stances, we're going to attack with the first strike is an Abanico, then we hit low Abanico, high, then cross, hit, and then we tuck. So step and hit high, low, high, cross, hit, and then we hit. One more time. A different view. And one more time. Joseph. Abanico high, low, high, hit, hit, high, low, high, hit, hit. And then we're back. Sticks up.
Our next Sinawali, we call it Abanico 14 count. What we're doing is, yes, giving you templates and specific lines of movement that you can mimic. But again, if you follow the pattern we're creating, we're teaching you how to mix and match. We're just going to add a little addendum here to your Abanico 10 count. And now we've got Abanico 14 count. Addie will show you.
Okay, let's do it. Let me count your strikes for you. So we start out with our first high Abanico. High, low, high. And then we do our 10 count series. 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we tuck. Let me do that again. So first Abanico, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we tuck. One more time. High, low, high, hit, 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 open. And then we tuck. Different view. And one more time. Joseph. High. Low can also go down to the elbow. High. Hit, 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 open. And whack right into that Abanico. Low, high, hit, 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 and then we tuck. Together. Abanico 14 count.
Addie and I are going to switch things up for you a little bit. We're going to do
Espada y daga.
It's referred to as sword and dagger, and in this case, stick and dagger. We're going to utilize some figure-8 motions, left and right. We're going to cut them, and we're going to smash them. Miss Addie's going to teach it.
All right. Okay, this is actually one of my favorite things to teach. We're going to start off with some footwork. We are actually using our triangle footwork that we've done before in our Sinawali patterns. But now we're actually, when I step back, I'm gently turning my shoulder towards my opponent forward here, because what I'm also doing is hiding my dagger right along the side of my leg here. So then I come out and then here protecting my dagger. Okay, and then now we're gonna utilize the figure eight slicing motions with my stick. So slow motion. I'm in my forward, most of my weight is on my lead leg here. I hit and then retract, and then I switch my feet, and then I slice, and then I slice. Hit, retract, slice, slice. One more time. Hit, slice, and slice. So that's the first part, is our stick. Now let's move to the dagger part. When I'm actually protecting and hiding my dagger, it actually will come out, and I'm gonna actually think of hitting them right or sticking them right in the neck, and then we're gonna utilize a comma cut as we slice through their throat. So when I stick them, I'm gonna slice, and then I switch my feet. And then I stick them in a backward hand strike again to the other side of their neck, and then slice. So I stick them, and then comma cut, stick them, and then comma cut. One more time, hit, backhand, and then here. Okay, now let's put them together. Again, forward load on my lead leg here, hiding my blade. You can't see it until it comes out. Striking with my first stick strike out, and then I bring it, this time, I'm gonna bring it underneath my hand as my dagger comes out. I comma cut, and now gently I follow with my stick, back, comma cut, and then complete with the stick. Hit, stick 'em, slice, stick 'em, and then slice. Let me show you that from a different view. One more angle. Joseph, please. Okay. Now let me separate it two different parts again on Joseph. My first strike, hit, smash the jaw, whatever's there, hit, and then slice through and slice through. So it's hit and retract, slice, slice. I always picture an X across their bodies with my sword. One more time. Okay, now with my dagger, it's hidden. I'm gonna come in right to his neck and then comma cut right through him. So I hit, and as I switch my feet, that gives me more room to slice longer and through. I come down, and then a backhand strike, and then comma cut through. One more time. Hit, through, hit, and then through. Putting them both together. Hit, retract, stick, slice, stick, and slice. It's actually pretty fun. Hit, stick them, slice them, stick them, and slice them. Okay, we'll show you that together.
If I'd like to add one little thing here, if you wanted to lose the dagger, you could do the stick pattern as a two-person drill as well. From here, hit, slice, slice, hit, slice, slice. It's another little Sinawali drill you can do to interact with your partner.
Espada y daga.
What Addie and I are going to do now is what we call our figure 8 attachments. So far through this video, you've learned many different angles of attack, connecting lines of information, attaching different Sinawalis, and actually creating some new ones along as we went. This particular series, there's 10 sections to it. So sit back, breathe deep, and hold on, and we're going to put it all together for you. We're going to teach a slightly different format because we feel you've advanced to that level now. You understand where the attacks are going. We don't have to be redundant over that. So Addie's going to teach our figure 8 attachment series one at a time. I'm going to join in, and I hope you enjoy it. Here we go.
First part of our figure 8 attachment series, starting with another variation of our open position. Here we're utilizing our footwork side to side that you've already seen, and also our figure 8s. First motion, right here, left hand. We're going to hit one stick at a time. 1, 2, slice, 1, 2. Slice through, and it's almost as if we were doing it even slower. It's almost as if we have a staff holding on to here as we cut right through it. So 1, 2, there's your staff. 1, 2, there's your staff again. Different angle. One more time. Okay, let's put this thing together with Joseph. Okay, one motion. Okay, thank you, Joseph. Next piece to this. So we have our 1, 2 strikes. Now we're actually going to strike with both our sticks at the same time. So we're slicing through, slicing through. So again, figure 8. Notice the footwork, nice and clean. Other side. One more time. Okay, Joseph. Third part. This time, same thing, 2 sticks together, only we're going to add a different little half beat. We're going to hit, bring it back, and then through. So hit, stripe back, and through. Another side. Okay, Joseph. next piece. This time, both sticks at the same time. Once again, slice, and then we actually stop down here and we're gonna add a low strike and a high strike. Other side, slice through, low, high. Slice, low, high, low, and then high. Different view. Okay, Joseph. This is where it starts to get just a little more complicated. Now, have your sticks side by side once again. We're gonna slice through figure eights and through once again. This time left hand tucks under, right hand comes over the top around to your angle number 1, hit, and then through. Slice, slice, over, hit, and then through. Different side. Okay, let me show you with Joseph. Let's keep building on that. We are actually now halfway through. We only have 5 more to go, starting with the same motion we just did in the last part. So slicing through, over the top, hit, and now this time the change is abanico. So we're gonna go high, low, high with abanico, and then back to the left side. Complete your figure 8s, over the top, hit, high, low, high. One more time. Okay, one other side. One more view. Okay, let's show that with Joseph.
Continuing on our figure 8 attachment series, we're going to introduce a new movement we call Floretti. I'd like to demonstrate it for you. From this position over here, from your outside line, this is a snap of a wrist, very similar to your abanico. What makes it a Floretti is the complete line or motion. I'm going to come in and attack right into center. If I did them at the same time, we're creating that male triangle or that V as a reference point. Depending upon your target, of course, that can change. What I'm going to do is if I could take if this was a paintbrush and I could dip this into some ink and I'm going to flick a bunch of spots on a canvas. That'd be a nice way to describe how that's going to happen. From here, we're going to flick it, and once that hits a target, I let the tip drop, I adjust my body, come around, and slice through. Same thing can be said for the other side. Now it's a backhanded flick as opposed to a forehand. So I'm going to hit here, flick right in the center. There's that V that I was talking about. I'm going to flick, drop, and slice. It's kind of tricky. It's called a Floretti, highly finesseful, and has a lot of value to it. Addie and I will just show you with the right hand. As you flick, you meet right down in the center here, and then slice. Come back, flick, and through. This is your Floretti line coming through. You can work with a partner on this line. 1, 2. 1, 2. So this is the addition to the 7th section of our figure 8 attachment series. If you wanted to get tricky, you could do both at the same time. So I'm doing a forehand Floretti with my right, a backhand with my left, and the sticks dance. They'd come here and come around and go through. They're going to come here, come around, and go through. That's your double Floretti, which we're not showing in the attachment series, but it's available for you to practice for finesse. Okay, Addie's going to continue and teach the next piece.
Let's keep building. Okay, double figure 8s. Slice, slice, over the top, hit, and now is where the Floretti will come in. Hit and down and through. Figure 8. One more time. Okay, different view. One more side. Okay, let me show it with Joseph.
Continuing with our figure 8 attachment series, this is section 8. We're going to introduce a thrust motion we haven't done yet. The thrust motion is going to come from shoulder to shoulder. I'm going to come right in as if I'm punching or thrusting right into their throat. I'm going to come in, and then I'm going to turn, twist, and retract. Now I'm going to do the same thing from the other side. It's from side to side, shoulder to shoulder, trying to work your accuracy of a center point line. Just a little bit of a sidebar, when you're doing Heaven 6, we notice we went 1, 2, 3 on our Heaven 6. We turned the tip down and we went 1, 2, 3 for Puño Heaven 6. I'm suggesting you could do thrust, hit, hit, thrust, hit, hit on your Heaven 6 as well. Okay, that's a little bit about our thrust attachment to our figure 8s. This is section 8, and Addie will continue.
Okay, let's do it. Figure 8, slice, slice, over, hit. Now this is where your thrusts come in. 1, 2, and 3, and then we're back. Figure 8s, over the top, figure thrust 1, 2, and 3. One more time. Okay, different side. Final view. Okay, Joseph. Moving on to the next piece. This time we're incorporating uppercut figure eights, upward motions. So let's do that right from the beginning. Slice figure eights. Over the top, hit, now uppercut, uppercut, uppercut. Figure eights, hit, hit, uppercuts, uppercut, uppercut, and back. One more time. Here we go. Joseph. Finally, our last piece. This will complete our figure eight attachment series. Again, building from our figure eight motions, double strikes, hit, hit. Now this time, instead of doing uppercuts, we're just gonna finish with figure eights. How perfect. Slice, slice, over, hit, downward strike, 3 times, and you're back. One more time. Let's show it to you now.
Addie and I are now going to go through our entire figure eight attachment series. There's 10 sections. We're going to do one at a time, link them together. It's actually sort of challenging and it's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy it.
Let's do it.
This concludes our Sinawali tape. Addie and I have had a lot of fun making it for you. I hope you have a lot of fun and good times training it. It's going to be challenging for you. You've got about a year's worth of training here. Take your time, work it smooth, clean, and tight. These Sinawalis haven't made you a Filipino martial arts expert, but it did give you a good start.
And don't forget, it's going to take a lot of practice to get good. Keep your angles clean, keep everything fun. And one of the things Joseph and I like to say, always remember, when in doubt, train.